Have you ever woken from a dream so vivid, so real that it stayed with you all day, or even hinted at something yet to happen in your life? What if these nightly visions are not just random images, but messages from your soul, or even glimpses into the future itself? In this video, we'll journey into the mysterious world of dreams, exploring how ancient civilizations and spiritual traditions, from Egypt and Greece to Tibet, China, and the teachings of Sufi mystics, interpreted dreams as sacred guidance or windows into the unknown. We'll dive into Carl Jung's groundbreaking insights on the unconscious, archetypes like the anima and animus, and learn how dreams can reveal hidden truths about ourselves. Along the way, we'll uncover astonishing real-life examples of prophetic dreams, and by the end, you'll discover practical, mystical techniques to observe, remember, and interpret your own dreams, transforming them into powerful guides for personal and spiritual growth. Throughout human history, dreams have been seen not merely as nighttime fantasies, but as sacred and mysterious messages. In ancient Egypt, dreams were considered the key to communicating with the gods. The Egyptians believed that dreams came from a realm beyond the physical world. Special rooms, called dream incubators, were set up in temples, where selected individuals would sleep to receive guidance from the gods. Dream experiences were considered sacred. Good dreams were interpreted, while special talismans were used to protect against bad dreams. In Greek civilization, dreams were also seen as carriers of divine messages. The great philosopher Aristotle wrote that dreams were not just products of the brain, and could sometimes foretell the future. The ancient Greek texts known as Oneirocritica laid the foundations for dream interpretation. In Eastern cultures, particularly in Tibet and China, dreams are not simply images seen during sleep, but are considered windows into the soul's reality. In Tibetan Buddhism, there is a special practice called dream yoga. In this practice, monks strive to maintain awareness while dreaming. Essentially, they practice lucid dreaming, but with a much deeper spiritual dimension. The goal is not to control the dream, but to recognize the illusions within it, and thereby understand the true nature of reality. According to Tibetan masters, dreams are also a way to prepare for the bardo, the intermediate state after death. By confronting fears, desires, and illusions in dreams, a person can transition more peacefully to the post-death state of consciousness. For them, dreaming is not just a personal experience, but also a spiritual training. In Chinese tradition, the philosophical aspect of dreams is emphasized. Taoist wisdom teaches that dreams blur the boundaries between life and death. One famous example is the Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi's butterfly dream. Zhuangzi once dreamed he was a butterfly, flying freely and happily. Upon waking, he wondered, "Was I a man dreaming I was a butterfly, or am I now a butterfly dreaming I am a man?" This question illustrates how dreams challenge our perception of reality. In both Tibetan and Chinese cultures, dreams teach the transience of life and the thin line between reality and illusion. Eastern wisdom sees dreams as revealing the deepest layers of the soul and illuminating one's inner journey. Rumi described dreams as the language of the soul. Great Sufi mystics like Ibn Arabi also emphasize that dreams contain spiritual guidance. Dreams are seen as deep messages that reveal the secrets of the heart. Rumi interpreted dreams not just as images seen during sleep, but as a form of communication between the soul and unseen realms. According to him, a dream is a bridge whispering the secrets of the heart. In many stories from the Masnavi, dreams play a transformative and guiding role. Rumi explained that symbols seen in dreams are divine calls, warnings from the person's innermost self. A dream speaks in the language of the soul, he said, meaning that the mind sees in dreams what it cannot perceive in waking life. If a person dreams of a journey, Rumi interprets it as a sign of the soul's longing for truth. If another sees water, it represents the soul's desire for purification and clarity. In his view, dreams are not merely indicators of the future, but serve as a compass, guiding one toward one's deep truth and connection with the divine. Rumi advised that dreams should not be dismissed, but attentively listened to as guides on the inner journey. In the modern era, dreams have become a subject of scientific study, particularly the works of Freud and Jung. Freud saw dreams largely as expressions of repressed desires, while modern psychology generally views dreams as reflections of the subconscious, a way for the mind to organize itself. In other words, from a scientific perspective, dreams are primarily psychological processes. However, spiritual approaches go beyond this boundary. From a spiritual standpoint, dreams are not only products of the subconscious but also experiences of the soul that transcend time and space. The dream, therefore, is not just a residue of past experiences. It can also contain clues about the future or signals from other dimensions. This perspective shows that dreams cannot be fully confined to psychology alone. For example, practices like dream yoga in Tibetan tradition or the concept of true dreams in Islamic mysticism reflect this broader spiritual understanding. Carl Gustav Jung viewed dreams not as random images of the subconscious, but as meaningful messages from the deepest layers of the human psyche. According to him, dreams reveal truths that the conscious mind cannot perceive and help the individual achieve wholeness. Jung called this process individuation. Through dreams, a person can become aware of their shadow aspects, repressed emotions, and even future potential. One of Jung's most important contributions is the concept of the collective unconscious. He believed that dreams are not only about personal past experiences, but also open a window into the shared unconscious of all humanity. This is why mythological figures, gods, heroes, and universal symbols often appear in dreams. Jung called these universal symbols archetypes. Among the most significant archetypes are the anima and animus. The anima is the feminine inner personality in a man, representing intuition, emotion, and creativity. When a man dreams of a mysterious or guiding woman, it is often his anima speaking, inviting him to connect with his emotional depth. The animus is the masculine inner personality in a woman, embodying logic, assertiveness, and inner strength. When a woman dreams of a powerful or authoritative man, it is often her animus encouraging her to embrace her strength or confront challenges. These archetypes act as bridges to the unconscious, helping us integrate hidden qualities and grow towards psychological wholeness. For example, a woman dreaming of an old wise man might be encountering the inner guide archetype. A man dreaming of a mysterious, alluring woman might be seeing his anima. A woman dreaming of a dominant or charismatic man could be experiencing her animus. An intriguing aspect of Jung's view is that dreams are not only connected to the past, but can also relate to the future. He believed that dreams sometimes provide a form of foresight, not direct prophecy, but symbolic expressions of unfolding processes in the subconscious. For instance, one of his clients repeatedly dreamed of collapsing bridges. Jung interpreted this as a sign of a major transitional period in the client's life, and that the connections between old and new aspects of life were breaking down. Indeed, shortly afterward, the client's marriage ended, and they embarked on a completely new life path. Another example involves a woman Jung treated who repeatedly dreamed of a golden beetle. Jung associated this symbol with the archetype of rebirth and transformation. At one point, a real golden-colored beetle appeared on her windowsill. Jung interpreted this synchronistic event, what he called a causal connection, as a reflection of her inner transformation. This moment marked a significant turning point in her personal growth. Jung also emphasized the compensatory function of dreams. If a person suppresses a particular aspect of their conscious life, dreams often bring that aspect back. For example, someone who is highly rational and represses emotions might experience intense emotional episodes in their dreams. This is the subconscious sending a message, find balance. In short, for Jung, dreams are not just images seen at night. They are sacred compasses from the depths of the soul. Interpreting them opens a unique doorway for understanding both one's own psyche and the shared story of humanity. But what if dreams are not just symbolic messages from the unconscious, but also windows into the future? Throughout history, countless people have reported dreams that seem to predict real-life events, sometimes small, sometimes astonishingly precise. Could it be that the subconscious mind, or perhaps the soul itself, taps into a reality beyond time? Here are 5 remarkable real-life examples. Abraham Lincoln's assassination dream. Before his assassination in 1865, President Abraham Lincoln reportedly shared a haunting dream with his wife. He dreamed of walking through the White House and encountering a coffin guarded by soldiers. When he asked who had died, he was told, "The president." Lincoln described waking in terror, yet the dream mirrored the tragic reality that would occur just days later. Historians suggest this dream could reflect an intuitive premonition, highlighting how the mind, or something beyond, can sense events before they happen. The famous American writer Mark Twain also experienced prophetic dreams. Twain once described dreaming of his brother Henry's death, detailing the scene with astonishing clarity. Shortly afterward, the event unfolded exactly as he had envisioned in his dream. Twain himself commented on the eeriness of these dreams, noting that they were more than mere imagination. They were messages his mind somehow received in advance. The Titanic disaster. One of the most striking historical examples involves the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. Several passengers reportedly had dreams about a ship sinking before it even left port. One prominent account comes from a passenger who dreamed of a massive ship hitting an iceberg and sinking into freezing waters. After surviving the tragedy, he shared the dream, leaving him and others questioning whether dreams can sometimes provide a glimpse of imminent events. The Challenger's space shuttle tragedy. In 1986, a teacher named Krista McAuliffe was selected to join the Challenger mission, which tragically exploded shortly after launch. A year prior, another NASA employee recounted a vivid dream in which he saw the shuttle explode shortly after liftoff, vividly describing the fireball and chaos. While it seemed impossible at the time, the dream eerily mirrored the catastrophe that would later occur. Such experiences raise questions about whether certain dreams can access probabilities or signals from the future. The sinking of the Lusitania. During World War I, a woman named Margaret Brown reportedly dreamed about the ocean liner Lusitania being attacked and sinking. She described scenes of panic, water flooding the decks, and people struggling to survive. A few weeks later, the Lusitania was torpedoed by a German U-boat, resulting in massive loss of life. This dream is cited by researchers as a remarkable instance of a prophetic vision that came true with chilling accuracy. These examples suggest that dreams may serve not only as guides to our inner world, as Jung emphasized, but also as mysterious glimpses of events yet to unfold. They challenge us to consider, could our own dreams hold hidden insights about the future, waiting for us to pay attention? Beyond historical examples and prophetic visions, dreams hold a deeply personal and spiritual dimension. They are not just reflections of our waking life. They are mirrors of the soul, revealing fears, desires, unresolved emotions, and sometimes even glimpses of the future. Spiritual traditions across the world have long classified dreams based on their origin, purpose, and message. Understanding these categories can help us decode their meaning and apply their guidance to our lives. Prophetic or precognitive dreams. These dreams seem to foresee future events with remarkable clarity. They may appear symbolic or vivid, sometimes leaving an uncanny impression that something is about to happen. Spiritual teachers believe these dreams are messages from a higher consciousness, alerting or guiding the dreamer. Historical examples, such as Abraham Lincoln's assassination dream or Margaret Brown's vision of the Lusitania sinking, show that prophetic dreams can sometimes warn of external events beyond our control. Spiritual or soul-directed dreams. These dreams serve as a bridge to higher consciousness. They often appear in symbolic stories or images that speak directly to the soul rather than the rational mind. Tibetan monks practicing dream yoga, for example, maintain awareness during dreams to explore consciousness and gain spiritual insight. In Sufi tradition, as Rumi teaches, dreams are the language of the soul, offering guidance, encouragement, and lessons that awaken the heart. Such dreams often focus on your personal growth, spiritual path, or connection to divine intelligence. Psychological or shadow dreams. These dreams reflect our inner conflicts, fears, and suppressed emotions. Nightmares, strange encounters, or recurring uncomfortable scenarios often indicate aspects of ourselves that need acknowledgement. Jung referred to these as, quote, shadow dreams, where the unconscious draws attention to what we have repressed or denied. For example, dreaming of being chased might represent avoidance of a truth in waking life, while dreaming of falling may reveal a loss of control or fear of failure. Spiritually, these dreams encourage us to confront our inner shadows and find balance. Healing or guidance dreams. Some dreams function as therapeutic or instructional tools. They help the dreamer process grief, trauma, or emotional confusion, and may offer guidance or reassurance. In spiritual terms, these dreams often come from ancestors, spirit guides, or the higher self, helping the dreamer navigate life's challenges. A dream of water, for instance, might symbolize purification and emotional cleansing, prompting reflection on areas of life that need renewal. Symbolic or archetypal dreams. These dreams communicate universal truths through symbols or archetypes. Jung called them expressions of the collective unconscious, while spiritual traditions view them as messages from higher realms. Common archetypes include the hero, the wise elder, or the trickster, figures that appear across cultures to convey lessons about courage, wisdom, or transformation. For example, encountering a wise old man in a dream might represent guidance from your higher self, while a journey through a dark forest could symbolize a personal transformation that you are undergoing. By recognizing these types, we begin to see dreams as multidimensional messages, not random images, but guides, warnings, and teachers. They reflect our inner world, offer spiritual insight, and occasionally even reveal events beyond the limitations of time. Paying attention to these messages can help us navigate life with greater awareness, self-understanding, and connection to something larger than ourselves. Now that we've explored the mystical and historical power of dreams, the next step is bringing this wisdom into your own life. Dreams are not just for contemplation, they are tools for self-discovery, spiritual growth, and guidance. By learning to observe and interpret them, you can unlock insights that are both practical and profound. 1. Begin with awareness. Before drifting into sleep, take a moment to set a clear intention, telling yourself, "Tonight I will remember my dreams and honor the messages they carry." This simple act of mindfulness, practiced in traditions from Tibetan dream yoga to Sufi teachings, gently opens a doorway for your consciousness to remain aware. By focusing in this way, you invite your subconscious, and perhaps even your soul, to preserve the images, symbols, and sensations of your dreams so they can guide you when you awaken. 2. Keep a dream journal. Place a notebook by your bedside. The moment you wake, write down every detail you can recall. Images, emotions, colors, people, even fleeting impressions. Don't worry about making sense of them immediately. Over time, patterns, recurring symbols, or archetypes will emerge, offering clues about your inner world and spiritual path. 3. Pay attention to symbols and emotions. Dreams communicate in the language of symbols and feelings rather than logic. Ask yourself, how did this dream make me feel? Which elements stand out? Was there a figure guiding or warning me? Did an object or animal appear repeatedly? These details often carry messages from your subconscious or soul, pointing to lessons, guidance, or even glimpses of possibilities ahead. 4. Reflect and meditate. Take a few minutes each day to reflect on your dreams in meditation. Imagine stepping back into the dream and observing it as a witness. Ask questions. What is this dream trying to show me? Or which part of myself is speaking through this vision? This practice deepens your connection to your inner wisdom and the spiritual dimension of dreams. 5. Trust your intuition. Finally, remember that dream interpretation is highly personal. Symbols may have universal meanings, but your own associations matter most. Trust the subtle nudges of your intuition and allow the dream to guide your waking life decisions, personal growth, or spiritual journey. Mystical yet practical, these steps help you transform dreams from fleeting images into guiding lights on your path. As you practice observing, remembering, and interpreting your dreams, you may begin to notice recurring themes, intuitive insights, and even synchronistic experiences, moments where your inner world aligns with events in the outer world. Ask yourself, what messages have your dreams been sending you, and are you ready to listen? The answers may be closer than you think, waiting in the quiet, symbolic language of the night.